Microphone muted.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Team Swain Batty Overwatch League. We are here finally bringing you the Season 4 draft with a lot of hype. I'm AJS0, ex-commissioner of the Batty League, joined here with an awesome panel of my dudes tonight. We got Tree, Zeticus, Albino Joe, Hook Resets 30, UTech. We're about to bring you this awful draft where you're going to go for too much money and your team's going to lose every game. Guys, how are you feeling?
Feeling fucking great.
Pretty great, and ready for this fucking draft. Woo!
I think you just described exactly how I'm going to feel. Actually,
Was it the part about going for too much money and losing all your games specifically
Yeah.
that got to? Was that too real? Too real to do that on stream?
Yeah.
Well, that's a shame because it's probably going to be too real with our 15 or so rookies we've got coming in. It is pretty much a given that every single one of us in this channel is going to be overvalued. So, guys, it was fun thinking about having a good season, but this is the Rookies League now. So, real quick, Bob, as we're getting everything set up on stream here, since I know we have a lot of people that have not been around our league before that maybe aren't totally aware of how this draft process works, we've got 6, as we call them, team owners that will be in charge of drafting our teams. So, Chromatic, Salvo, Blabuer, MyWang, Failed Destiny, and Mad Cow, as you see on your screen there. The only responsibility these guys have is to draft the team. They will not play at all. They will not be subbing in at all. They're not responsible for deciding who gets to start or anything. They just put the teams together and then kind of let the teams loose. So each of these players has $20 they get to use in an auction draft format to try to build the best roster they can. And so we'll take turns bidding on these players one at a time until 6 rosters of 7 players are picked, and then we go to town. Bidding will be done in 25-cent increments, and we do have a few tiebreaker mechanics in terms of multiple people bidding the same amount. You really don't have to worry about that too much. We'll be kind of keeping note of who has the tiebreaker. The general one is whoever starts the bidding on a player has the tiebreaker on that player, but it's mostly about the money.
I guess I'll also mention, because I see a lot of people in the default channel on TeamSpeak. I renamed one of them to Draft Watching, so you can go in there and shit talk everyone's poor draft decisions.
Yes, and on that note, if you are maybe new to our group, we do have a TeamSpeak server that we are all on. All 6 of the team owners are currently on our TeamSpeak in their own team channels. So if you are interested in getting on, you're welcome to join your team as you get drafted, maybe offer some input for players you would like to add to your team as the draft is winding down. We do have the server info listed on the BOL Discord. But we are jumping straight into it with the bidding opening on maybe one of the biggest surprises of Season 3 of the BOL, UTech, Winston, Maine.
Oh man, I'm just glad that I'm going for more than $1.25.
They'd be fucking retarded not to, dude. Last season, no one knew, but you went for way too cheap.
Oh yeah, I remember I was actually on the team that was with UTech last season, talking to Wang when we were drafting him, and I have no clue how you got away for what you said, $1.50.
$1.25.
Yeah, that's dumb. Now you're going for 5. So something happened between last season and this season that's putting you up.
No, last season happened.
Okay. The thing that happened between the start of last season and the start of this season is the season itself. So
Yeah.
I believe now you're going for the value that, you're truly worth. So we'll see how that pans out for your team.
Oh yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say you've already been overbid.
I
Very,
actually
very
agree with you on
overbid.
that one, because if you think about it, let's look at the lineup. We have a lot of rookies this season, and we have a lot of DPS players on the top of the skill bracket. So maybe picking up a high-tier tank player isn't going to be the worst decision as the first draft, just to kind of line out your team from there.
I haven't even looked at the list. It looks like there is a lot of the DPS players there are a lot of high-level DPS players, actually.
Yeah, there are a lot of high-level players in general. A 3K SR player in Season 4 of the BOL is maybe half as valuable as they were a season ago. Like a season ago, if we knew the level of play you were going to have in Season 3, I think the $5 range could have been reasonable for how well you played. But there's just so many high SR players that I think you can get someone at UTEC's rank for $2 cheaper deeper into this draft. But these guys have no signs of slowing down as we are bidding up past the $6 mark. And we're only one pick in, but I think this could already be turning into the tree award for the fastest overdraft on a player.
Oh man, yeah, for above $6 at this point, Mad Cow is really clinging on to UTEC for. I mean, I don't know what reason. Mad Cow really likes you because first he was just starting the bid war with Chromatic, then he started. Wayne got in there a little bit. Failed Destiny's now having a little bit of a say in it, but Mad Cow, I don't know. He really likes you, UTEC.
I mean, I'm flattered. I'm truly flattered.
Well, you should be, as it looks like the first pick of the draft going to be UTEC going 625 over to Failed Destiny to start things off. And you will no longer be the role player on your team, Andy. It's probably safe to assume you're going to be one of the 2-star players on your team. How do you feel about that responsibility?
Feels good. Also, we'll say debated because 625 for first thing, you're wasting a lot more money than you should have. But then again, if you're able to round it off and bait up other people in the draft, then hey, get me a lineup I can work with, and I'll work for you.
Well, one way to look at it, at least the way that I look at some of these bids, is that 625 is almost a third of that team's money going to you. So do you think you could leave a big enough impact for your team that's worth about 2 players?
As long as I get 3 kills each fight, then yeah, I totally can.
What a goddamn opening. 30.
Moving to 30.
Oh.
Get me out of here!
No, it's okay, 30.
I quit!
You and Josh are for
Double digits.
User disconnected from
So, ladies and gentlemen, we've just rage quit 30, the reigning BOL MVP, who a lot of you probably know. He's pretty good at Overwatch. He plays DPS. By far the best player in the league last season, I think it's safe to say. But going to have a lot of competition this season, as we have added quite a few rookies that are in and around 30s SR. Josh Danko has blown 30 out of the water, only a few games away from Grandmaster as of this morning. Probably not going to have half the value he had last season, but he's going straight for it anyways.
I think the real difference between 30 and all these rookies, though, is that 30's already proved what he can do in, like, 6-man Overwatch gameplay, and really a lot of other shooters. Yes,
right, but at some point you do have to have the rest of your team.
True.
Which this is making harder and harder to... Oh, I guess Salvo was trying to make it hit 10?
I don't think you understand, Tree, that 30 plays 1v11 Overwatch. He is able
I've played against
escalate
him, right?
his own team to a higher level just because he's that good of a player. I'm not surprised that he went for double digits. I think 10 is a really good spot for him to sit, but I don't know. Salvo and Chromatic have been going at it for a while. We'll see if it keeps going higher.
The problem with 30 is, I think, unlike in League of Legends, I think Overwatch 30 needs somebody to rein him in, and so far in the history of this league, there hasn't been anyone that's been able to do that. I do think 30 killed Jim last season, guys. Are we going to not talk about this? Jim came into the League of Man, and then 30 made him a little boy again.
I don't know where you get that theory
You
from.
killed my friend, 30.
I don't know where any of that comes from, man.
He needs a strong personality like AJ has 0 on his team to fucking rein him back in, keep him in check. Tell him to stop picking that bad Tracer.
Yeah.
All right, Swift. Let me tell you a story about Season 2 of the Baddie Overwatch League. We were in the finals on Route 66. Me and 30, both on the same team, the dream team, if you will. Back when I was a wee scrub, and 30 had a vendetta on Tree, who was on the other team. We were fighting for the finals, and he had a bone to pick with him. So he decided, hey, I'm gonna go Widow. But as we all know, 30 has a weakness. He's not very good at sniping. So I want you to know, I want the record to show, if you tell him don't play sniper, you can win.
Is that true, 30?
Very true. I almost lost my team a game by playing Hanzo for 30 seconds.
Real talk.
Real talk. Don't ever let me pick Hanzo in a serious competitive environment. Ever.
Oh God. Well, you went for 1025, so that's
Well, you know, me and Mike, we talked about this, right? So we colluded earlier, and we were like,
Whoa!
how do we get this shit on
Collusion?
lockdown? How do we get this shit on lockdown? And he said to me, this strat didn't work. What do? Help. Jesus. I'm done at 1050. And here we are. So we'll see how the rest of this draft plays out. All I'm saying, if Josh Danko goes for less than 1050, then people don't know how to read SR values, I guess.
I
So
think
I could stand by.
Drafting both myself, UTech, and 30 as the first two drafts really shows the naivety of these drafters. They're rookie drafters. They don't know how to draft. Doing 2-star players on the first thing, you're wasting your money.
Well,
All
maybe-
on 2 people.
Maybe these are, you know, pro strats, but it looks like Zed's on the clock right now. Does anyone have anything to say about Zed as a player here?
He's not very good.
Ooh. Hashtag shots fired.
This is, to me, and I think Blab knows this going in. Blab obviously teammates with Zedicus and myself in Season 3, so he's got a pretty good idea of what to expect out of Zed. The value you're going to get out of drafting Zed early is he plays multiple roles. You can play DPS for your team full-time, or you can play heals for your team full-time. And
that hover.
Hey, flex players aren't that bad of a thing to have. In this league.
It's really good to have a flex player early in the draft that you know is kind of be somebody that'll round out your roster well, because that lets you just pick up the most talented players available as the draft goes on. So it's looking like we're going to have Zed sold over here to Team Salvo for $2.
That is not
And
that bad of a
that-
pickup, in my opinion.
That's a much more reasonable pick than the draft has had so far.
And if you look at the support lineup, Zed isn't that bad of a pick, as long as he goes support. Because if you think about it, you're gonna have to. There's a lot of DPS, and if we're still going with the 2-2-2 meta, see what happens.
And also to give Zed a little bit of credit, he's not on both of those roles. He's not necessarily a bad player. He's just, you know, par.
For playing with Zed last season, he definitely he wasn't really someone who you expect to lose a game for you. He was always someone who was generally in the right place at the right time. He had his moments too. I remember his pretty clutch re-rolls, specifically on Ilios, I think, which helped us win some games.
Sick. But it looks like right now we got Jim on the clock here. And I know AJS0 said something about Jim being broken. I don't necessarily understand, but I've been playing with Jim for, you know, ever, and he's always been a solid tank.
I've been playing with Jim forever too, and I do not think he's as good of a player as he was 6 months ago. I think he's still a very good player, but I do think he's taken a step back. Part of that because I just don't think he's been playing the game as much. But that's something that over the course of a 4-month season can change, obviously. I do think when he's in form, he's one of the best tank players in the whole league. And more importantly, he's a guy who will just take the main tank role, and you can rely on that every game. He'll be your guy. And given how valuable tank players are in pre-made, I do think he's one of the more valuable players in the league.
Wait a minute. Do you think his skill declined because he stepped away from the game for a little bit, or do you think his skill declined because 30 broke him? Which one's a bigger factor?
He has communication issues he has to work on that he didn't have 6 months ago. That's the only thing that worries me with Jim. Don't put him back together with 30, and maybe that'll fix itself. I don't know. But 6 months ago, he was a very good primary shot caller.
Where did this come from? This comes from your delusional mind.
No, it doesn't. I play ranked with him every offseason. 30. He used to be the shot caller on my team. Now he's not.
Oh, where does balls go?
You
I
broke
don't know.
him.
Like that's not part of
You
the
have
man.
them, balls, 30. You have them.
I'm just a guy that shoots things. That's all I am. Put me where you want. That's all I do.
He sacrificed them to his Korean overlords. That's what he did.
God, 30, if you weren't such a fucking toxic player, maybe the league would just get better.
Hopefully.
30, sometimes I go to LAN and I talk to these strangers and they're like, I just want to have fun playing Pharah, but 30 won't let me.
Too real. Too fucking
That is too real. Holy shit. What's going on? Where are we at? What is this?
Jim's going for $3 to my wing for now, it looks like, and I think that's a pretty
I-
solid pickup.
Yeah, I think this is gonna get run up a bit more. I do think the two non-DPS roles are the more valuable two roles in this season, just because we have fewer tank and healer players than we do DPS players. I expected this to get run up a bit more, but in typical Baddie League draft fashion, once you start saying that, it doesn't happen. So going to Wang for $3, I believe,
That's
because Wang
actually-
opened the bidding. Yes.
It's a fantastic pickup.
That's a
Great
steal.
pickup.
Not bad at all.
I'm gonna say right now that's probably the best value in this entire draft.
Whoa.
I don't even care about the rest of it. That alone is the best value in the draft.
I agree. That is the best pick so far. And we are on a good run here. Team Swain players going for cheap. Operation make sure someone from Team Swain wins the Baddie League. We're back on track, boys.
Well, there you go. Albino Joe up for $3 from Failed Destiny.
Oh god.
This is actually very quickly turning into the entire team that entered the last LAN tournament as Team Swain. If I go next, they will literally just be the first round of the draft. So what do we got to say about Albino Joe? Voted on by our players the best Mercy in Season 3 of the Baddie Overwatch League.
I don't know, overrated. Hasn't played much since.
That's true. He did take a break to play a League of Legends League. I'm worried about how that could have impacted his ability to play. Albino Joe, he's like Zed, but he plays better roles. He's going to play tank and healer, and he's going to play them at a higher level than Zed's going to. So in terms of like starting a roster, pretty much the same stuff we said about Zed applies, where you draft him now, you figure out what he's going to play later, and you're going to be fine with him playing either of those roles. And you know he's going to be somebody that's going to give you 200 hours of comp games every week to practice. And that's a super valuable thing to have.
Also, the one other thing that Albino Joe is going to give you is that flex pick. Not only can he play a very good support, but if you need him to play a little bit DPS, or even if you need to fill out your team with that tank role, he can do it. I mean, initially last season he was drafted as a main tank, but got relegated to support and was able to clinch out an award for it.
Am I still being bid for? I'm not looking.
Oh yeah, you're still being bid for. They're
You're
really
not
taking the times
looking?
here.
No.
Are you worried about the price?
Maybe?
What are you worried about?
I don't know.
All right, let's go here then. If you're not looking, how high of a price is too high of a price to you, Joey?
Like $4?
Well, you sold for $425 to Failed Destiny. You are going to
Oh.
be teaming with UTech, bringing back a core of
Wow.
the championship team from last season, Wangjiang Tower.
Shit.
Maybe Failed's going to try to put that entire team back together.
The thing is, last season, how much would they have been together last season compared to this
Like
season?
$3.
Yeah.
And they are now
Yeah.
combining for $10.50 as we are going to not take a Team Swain LAN player, but a Team Swain online player with Tree, the all-time most overvalued player in the Overwatch League, on the clock.
Life is suffering.
Hashtag tree for 15.
Yeah, if Tree goes for any less than $5, you guys are doing it wrong. Just saying.
Joey,
Yeah,
what if I get overbid onto your team though?
Oh, geez. It's possible.
Yeah, you
If-
didn't think about that one.
No, I didn't.
Oh, that would not be a good team.
Says who?
Says me. I'm saying it right now. I will keep saying it. Yeah, poor Tree. You know, you've got Projectile and a Roadhog and some hit scan player, and every season he has to be as good as 30, and usually he's not. Every season we dream of Tree not having to go for $7, and it doesn't happen.
I think
And,
it's because he's cute and lovable.
I am. This is true.
Yeah, that's why I would draft you.
he brings kind of a positive toxicity to any team. The thing is, like, you need somebody that can be toxic in a good way when you're playing online games, and kind of Tree fills that role. He helps everyone feel a little more comfortable because he's always madder at the game than you are, and that's a good thing because that you just feel comfortable. You're like, okay, I can be myself here.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, this fucking rando, he can't fucking aim. Should go back to quick play.
So what do we know about Tree? Tree is a Junkrat main.
Are you a
And-
Pharah main? Tree, what
Or
are
are
you?
you Pharah main?
Wait, yeah, what are you?
I don't know, dude. I just make things explode.
He's an explosive expert.
Farah and Junk. As a demo expert, Tree, what do you know about 9/11?
Demo Man? I know a lot about Demo Man. Was that your question?
Sure.
Pill jumping is much easier in this game. It also doesn't hurt you.
Do you roleplay Demo Man in real life? Do you have one leg? Wait, does Demo Man have one leg?
He has one eye.
He has
Legs,
like a wee booty or something. That's like
legs,
one leg.
eyes. They're all the same. But it looks like he's going to Salvo for 525. Overbid again by, was that the same person who drafted you last season for too much?
I don't remember. Was Muffin
think-
around?
It wasn't.
yeah, he was.
Muffin was
Salvo
around.
our draft.
If Muffin was drafting, he probably overdrafted me.
I don't know. I think 525 for DPS player, especially Junkrat, who's in the meta. Even though he's gonna be getting a slight nerf if the PTR patch changes go through. I still believe in you, Tree. I think you can get through that.
Oh, of course, yeah. The Junkrat nerfs will only hurt like the bad Junkrat players that went from silver to master or whatever. The actual true good Junkrat players are still gonna blow shit up.
The ones
I
that
think
played
so.
him before he got to C4s?
Yes. Yes, and the ones who played demo in TF2, yes.
Yeah.
The one thing about Junkrat though, like he still had his one-shot combo if you're just like walking into him close. Because it wasn't that huge. It's only more his long range capability.
Mm-hmm. So we have a Ball of Sexy going for $1 initially to Chromatic, up to $2.75 now.
Yeah, this is somebody I'm super, super high on. He was stuck with Tree and SR Hell last season on that just god awful last place team. But don't let that be your picture of the player Ball Sexy is. This guy is super, super fucking good, and maybe more importantly, super consistent. Because I at least value consistency a lot when I'm playing Overwatch. This guy, like, you go into every game, you're gonna get pretty much the same level of play out of him.
Yeah, I'm fully ready for this to be his 4th season in a row going undervalued.
Yeah, he's one of the
Primarily
guys.
plays. Oh,
He
go
plays
ahead.
Hitscan, Junkrat, a little bit of Hanzo when we let him. Otherwise, he also plays some Roadhog when we would flex into 3 tank. I did spend the last 4 months playing competitive on Thursday nights with him, so I've got a pretty good idea of what he plays.
From what I remember last season, he pretty much exclusively played Roadhog, and it was bad because that nerf went through and it just didn't gel.
Yeah, he's
I don't
done
know.
he's done a lot to work on playing his other shit. And part of the issue was just that team. There were a lot of problems with that team system last season. He's not going to like step in and be your vocal leader for your team, but he's the guy that always wants to make the team play. He wants to make the switch that's going to help the team win. He doesn't have to, he doesn't have an ego. And he'll consistently put out just good numbers. Obviously, he's not going to be keeping up with all our fucking Masters players we've picked up, but this guy, if he's your second DPS, or even your first DPS pair with another player of a similar skill level, he's going to do a very good job. And he's going for what I think is a pretty reasonable amount of money right now. So we're sitting in the mid $3.
Speaking of the Masters levels players, I appreciate Blab and Mad Cow over here holding on to all their money and maybe getting one of those Masters later in the draft for a lot cheaper.
Oh, 100%. They've won the first round of the draft.
Speaking of which, how many rookies do we have this season?
I believe it's 15,
Holy
give or
shit.
take like 2 or 3. It is a substantial amount of our player base, and most of them are very high rated.
Yeah, looking at this list, I don't recognize a lot of names actually. Ninja Plez, no wonder. Free fee.
Yeah, did we never got what Ninja plays, like what characters he actually plays, did we?
I looked it up on Overbuff, and his mains this past season at least were play a lot of Widow, Genji, and Reaper.
Okay.
Thank you to our production team for that one.
Yeah, looks like Ball Sexy going to Wang for 375. Not a bad pickup.
Do you guys think that's under, or what do you
I think that's reasonable, given the way the draft has been going so far. Especially with all of these overbids, that's a really good pick. By the time the draft is over, it may not look like a really good pick because I think a lot of these rookies are going to go for dirt cheap as this draft winds down. But
then
that's
there's
not
still
one that
people
makes me
like-
cringe, like some of these picks that have happened already.
There's still-
I think
still
I
people
think the
that-
best option for the people that have already drafted people, they need to put some of those high SR people on the clock on the draft board, because if they don't do that, they're not gonna be able to at least bump up the value of those players so that Mad Cow and Blabour, who have all their money, can just get who they want.
Yeah,
But if two of them have all their money, it just becomes another bid war anyway.
if I'm Blab and Mad Cow, I'm content to just pass on. Like, let's say Josh Danko goes up here. I'm content just to pass on him, let somebody else drain almost all of their money. But we are going to have one of our moderately rated players, Spagooter, 2,800 player coming up here. Another, I believe, tank player.
Sorry, I mean, which there aren't that many of.
Hey man,
Yeah.
having that off take position filled, not a bad thing.
Yeah, it looks like he prioritizes his remains off tank, but then he does have Winston and Reinhardt listed in his hero pool, so he can flex to that main tank role if you want to run double main tank and soldier and Mei. So even he's not solely a tank player, has some level of aim. Salvo coming in hard with the match.
Who is this guy?
He's Spagooter, dude.
What do you do?
He's
Spagooter.
Spagooter.
The name alone is great. Like, let's get this guy on your team. He'll Spagoot your comps.
It's kind of crazy how he's a 2883 ranked player with only 160 levels.
I mean, if you actually play ranked, that's not that weird.
Yeah, I only have 201, where Josh Danko has 1,445.
All right, he's the outlier.
I didn't realize until like last week when I started dealing with him how much he plays Overwatch.
Yeah.
I can never play that much Overwatch ever in my life again.
The next highest is 904, and that is still like an insane amount of game time between those two.
Yeah.
Josh Danko just really loves the game.
Fun game.
Fun game. Good job, Blizzard.
For once. Nah, just kidding. Well, I mean, Spagooter's a guy, and he's going for $4, and he's gonna be playing on Salvo's team, I guess.
Salvo, who actually has half of his players.
Yeah. I feel like that's pretty good, just based on, on paper, basically what's on the Google sheet.
Yeah,
I feel like that's pretty okay. I'm okay with that. I still need to figure out all the variables surrounding what it really means to be a rookie and be an off-tank main, but I think $4 is an okay place. Maybe slightly on the higher side just because of being unknown, but still pretty good.
Yeah, that's fine. And overall, I would say the first half of Salvo's draft is fine. That's the word I'm going to use. If your first 3 players go worse than Salvo's, you had a bad start to the draft. And if it goes better than that, you had a good start to the draft.
Oh no, the Diva Bomb just got unleashed.
But Josh Danko is on the clock. This is
The Diva.
by far maybe the most exciting player in the draft, I think. This guy was the highest rated player on my personal draft board. And then he also almost hit Grandmasters this morning. Josh Danko is fucking awesome. He was really good last season, and he's a lot better than he was 4 months ago.
Yeah. And that shit's scary because he was always getting plays.
Yeah, and this bidding is jumping straight to the fucking
Wow,
sky.
that's a
Here's
jump.
our audience is double digits.
Sorry.
Probably deservedly. But yeah, Josh, the thing about Josh is he's everything. He is the total package. First of all, insanely good player in the game, obviously the highest rated player in the league. He also doesn't play DPS, he plays tank, where he is miles ahead of the second best tank player. The guy has a crazy work ethic. He's going to be practicing every day because, as you can see from the level, so I don't think we have the player card up on stream yet, but he's like level 1700 or some shit.
1,400.
Yeah, 1400.
It's still a lot.
High as fuck, that third border.
He just went.
Wow. That happened fast.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Is that exactly
25.
the same as 30?
Exactly
Yeah.
the same as 30.
Oh my god.
30, how do you feel?
I
Flesh
feel
this
pretty
one
good.
out for
I
us.
I didn't get my words in because I was trying to upsell this guy. He's really good, and the thing is, he plays Diva aggressively. And if you're an aggressive Diva player right now, this is the best time to be alive.
Absolutely.
Since they added the missiles to her kit, Diva is an assassin. Don't ever think otherwise. She's an assassin with 600 effective HP, 400 of that being armor, 200 of it being armor, 400. I forget. A fuckload of it being armor, and he's really good at it. You need to watch out for that.
Not to even mention his Zarya. Like,
I'm
Yeah, I
just-
mean, he's super good at Zarya, but like Diva right now, and I've been playing with him, so I've seen his Diva, and he streams now too. I think just Josh Danko on Twitch, but yeah, his Diva.
I mean, he's definitely
a
high
very good
enough
level.
at this point. People will tune into that shit.
Yeah, and then the last thing I want to add, he's also a team leader. Like, he will take the mantle both in the game and outside of the game for the team, and he's a team player. Like, he's the full package. 1025, a lot of money. You're going to get it out of him. But we've got one of the most exciting players from BOL Season 3, Hook Reset, coming on the board yet. The best Genji in the league last season? I'm willing to say that.
Genju.
probably second best this season.
This guy carried the limp corpse of a team called See You in the Finals all the way from 0-4 starts to a 3 seed, and probably would have carried that team to the finals if he unfortunately didn't have to miss a few playoff games. The guy is insanely good. Another good team player who likes working with his team, picking what his team needs, which is normally Genji, because you might be, if there is a Gingong Genjong in this league, I think it's you.
But that being said, I think that like my value last season was definitely a lot higher than this season, just because of how many people are going to be able to. I mean, if there's like a good McCree or something that can just shut me down, you know.
I'm
I
going to
get
go out on a
worried.
limb and say your value might be just as high this season, because have you looked at the list of players that play support in this league?
I have indeed.
They're bad. There are some very bad players that are going to be starting supports in this league. There are some teams that I think are going to have their worst 2 players playing support. I wouldn't be surprised if half the league ends up in that situation. You will feast on those people. I don't want to play against you, and I'm good at support.
Gotta have your supports play in on Lucio. It's
Wait,
your only hope.
You're a support player now?
No.
What?
Wait, what?
Who? 30?
I don't know, but he's matched to 575. I mean I don't see this going higher than 8, but I
If
think
I
it might be
If I
over
get picked
soon.
with Chromatic as well, I'll be with you 30, and we'll be the $16 dream.
Oh, dude, but we got the double fraggers
That would be-
situation.
Oh no!
That would
which
be
is
exciting.
which is what I'm all about.
Oh,
I'm all about
please.
fragging. If you
I
ask my
would
team
not
from
mind
last
it.
season, I'm all about fragging.
Well, Wang seems to really want this, as he really likes taking this match down to the wire. But this guy seems like to real recognize as real. You know, Chromatic, the original very aggressive Genji, going all in on the next Genji.
But will your team be able
It's
to keep
very
up with you
risky.
guys? You'll be like Team Sonic. Too fast.
Sorry, Genji. Yeah, see you later.
God,
We'll just camp the team spawn while our teammates are trying to push the cart.
Yeah. This is turning to quite a mind game between Wang and Chromatic. So Chromatic has 975 left, and Wang has 1325. So when does Chromatic bow out here?
I'm thinking
It gets-
975.
Oh dear!
Oh my god, that was not a part of the plan. I'll let you guys know. That was not a part of the plan.
Don't you know the best defense is offense?
Mike just told me I got plenty of money.
That sounds like some lawyer speak if I've ever heard it.
Oh yeah. Matched it. Okay, so
This is crazy.
This is pretty nutty. I mean, Hook
This
Resets is the the 5th best player in the whole entire league. So maybe this value is warranted, but
No,
It's-
it's
it's-
There's a lot of good DPS, man.
Cal,
well,
you've
no,
been-
you're
you've
but you're
been
the
very
5th best.
overdrafted, and I'm sorry.
You're thinking in terms of non-rookie players. Some of these rookies are actually very impressive.
Well, Ninja
Yeah.
Please
No.
and Noah Wonder, 2 rookies that are technically ahead in SR of Hook Resets, are you don't know what you're going to necessarily get when you play with them, but you know what you're going to get with Hook Resets, and you like guarantees in this game.
You don't like
especially when you're drafting
you
a
don't
team.
like $7 guarantees.
But $7 guarantees, I don't know.
This is objectively a very, very bad pick out of Wang. I will say it. Hook Resets is an incredible player, but this team has 3 starters they're going to have to fill with $6. And
Alright,
we
got this.
the top 10 players in this league, you will easily be able to get 2 or 3 of the top 10 players in this league for a combined total of $10 if you wait this out in other rounds. Blab, in particular, has got to be so excited as this draft is rounding out, because this has probably played out better than he could have ever predicted.
I'm just waiting for Blab to come in with his $20 and assemble the fucking rookie Megazord over here.
Dude, there's some really good players still in there.
Yeah,
If Captain and No Wonder get drafted together, those two
No.
like
I'm fully ready for him to walk in, just drop his fucking wad of 20 on the table. Be like, I'll take all the rookies, please.
I mean, that's typically a problem with sometimes the drafting is that people don't like, they act like the rookies aren't really even players. Like, rookies are always undervalued for the most part. And I mean, out of the top 10 players, what's 5, 6 of them are rookies?
Yeah, on my personal board, 3 of my top 5 are rookies, 5 of my top 8, or 6 of my top 9 are rookies. Like,
You have a top 9?
I have a top 42.
that's a lot.
But speaking of valuable players going up, we've got my good boy Dano the Mano coming up next year. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say he's going to be the best support player in the league this season. I think Dano is a super, super good player. And also a flex player. One of the few players in the league that could really play all 3 roles if his team needs to, which he did quite a bit for CU in the finals last season. Given the rosters in the league, I find it hard to believe he won't be a full-time healer this season. But he is very, very good. He just peaked up into Diamonds right at the end of the last competitive season. And he's once again a very good team player. He wants to play what the team needs, not much of an ego. Plays basically all of the healers. well. And like we were saying earlier, there are not a whole lot of good healers this season.
And also, I don't see Mercy on this champ pool, but I assume he could play it at some level. But
Part of the
more
problem-
importantly, the Mercy nerfs are coming. And so his value, the fact that he even knows Anna's a hero in Overwatch is pretty good. So, like, this guy is way better than you think, I think, as far as, like, the supports go. This guy is, like, on a whole nother level. In my opinion, Anna and Zen play alone at that rank. Very good.
Solo queuing, not to mention. I don't
really?
think he's been doing it. I'm pretty sure he's been solo queuing.
Nice.
He was playing with our Thursday team, so he's been playing pre-made every week, but he also does solo queue a bit on his own as well. And that's the main reason why he doesn't have Mercy on that list. He's been playing with a full-time Mercy myself, so it's not that if the Mercy nerfs take a while to go through or something, which, at this point, I think you have to assume. It's not that I don't think he couldn't pick up Mercy, it's just he never really had the opportunity to play her in comp.
Dude, if there's anything I've learned from their PTR, it's that it's going live. They don't give a fuck what people tell them is broken or bad about it. It's coming live, and you have to deal with it.
Yeah, I know. I
So
said that in
anyone who
Twitch
has their
earlier.
hope up that those Mercy nerfs don't come, get over
Oh,
it.
I think they will come, but the game did
Yeah.
just patch today, and those Mercy nerfs were not on the patch today, so it could easily be a month until we see these PTR changes go live.
It could take a while, but they are coming.
Yeah.
I'll believe it when I see it. All right, so we got Dano going over to Team Mad Cow there. So Josh Danko and Dano putting one of the cores together of my off-season comp team. Those guys know each other super, super well. I think that's a great way to start. And Mad Cow changing directions on the draft here, putting Cuban Pete on the board, one of the lowest ranked players in the league. I believe a friend of Josh Danko, and probably about to nab this guy for 25 cents.
Yeah, looking at the list, I'm not expecting people to I'm not expecting people to bid for him when there's so many people higher than him. He's fairly far down the list, and he's unknown.
Yeah, and it's not like he even has his scores are tank 3, DPS 6, support 6, flex 5. Like, does he feel confident in some role?
Well,
You'll
I
have
think
to-
part of that is being a rookie in the league. We had a lot of players actually sign up like that who maybe haven't been around our leagues before that know, you just put 10 for the role you made.
Yeah, it's relative to you, but not everyone gets that. Even some people who have played many of these before, cough Mariah's cough, still don't understand that 10 is relative to your best role.
Yeah, that's okay. But I mean, I guess his hero pool is kind of eclectic here: Junkrat, Mercy, Roadhog, Diva, Zen. The only thing is, your traditional DPSs, hit scans, or anything that's basically not Junkrat. It's not on the list. But what do you got? 50 cents? Sold.
I want to bring up the fact that Mad Cow has Josh Danko, and Cuban Pete is one of Josh Danko's friends.
Yeah, that must have been what's going on here. Josh said, hey, round this guy out for one of our lower team players. We can get him for cheap here. I mean, it's 50 cents for a player who's rated 1,500 right now. So this is some Josh confidence here. Must be coming through. But,
Swift, tell us about yourself.
I don't know which character to be right now. I'm the best of Mercies. I'm the worst of Mercies. I'm the most valuable player in the league. Do not pay for me. I haven't been to the finals in a while in any video game.
Where are you on the list?
He's not even on the list. He's not even a valid player.
Oh, I found him. I found him.
Disqualified. Yeah, he's
That's
at 17.
Oh, here's some spiciness. Are you the only one who put Moira? Holy shit.
I might be. Moira's good, dude.
Nope.
I like her.
There's 3.
I think Zed has her.
Yep,
Not possible,
Zed,
though.
and then Albino Joe.
No, I
Yeah.
didn't. I didn't. Play Moira. I don't play
sorry.
Moira.
I said control F. Healers that aren't Moira Zen. So yeah, you're right. Only 2.
That That's
big.
nice
Because
to
Moira
check,
might. I mean, rumors are that if those mercy nerfs go through, we're going to see a lot more Moira as like. I don't want to say main heals because her healing. I guess all the healers have very different rates of healing and how they heal. Moira though is very good at like healing a lot of people close together. Obviously with her spray, right? The triple tank works really well with her. And if Mercy's out of the game, she is going to see a lot of play.
Yeah, she fits a weird spot because she doesn't like. She's not gonna like just destroy someone like Zen can with the decent headshots and a Z. But yeah, like you said, if your whole team's grouped up in a choke point or something, she does have a lot of healing.
Yeah,
and that ult, especially if like people just like don't notice right away, because I've seen that a lot of Reinhardt's like, oh, it's fine, I still have my shield up, and then they realize, no, you're taking damage.
Wait, so it's over?
It's over.
325.
Solo took him.
Not bad. I think it's good value.
So some obvious synergy there. Zed Tree and Swift.
Oh, I hate this guy.
Oh,
Oh.
never mind.
I'm interested to see who Solo throws out here then. Considering he's sitting at more players than anyone else. And Blab is like, take whoever's left at the end and see if he can cash out on his $20.
He will. There's a lot of players still.
I personally think Blab's in a good position, not necessarily to get, good tanks or anything like that, but he's gonna have the pick of the litter for DPS.
Only man.
100%.
He's gonna fucking Power Rangers this garbage with just fucking tons of newbies that no one's sure about, so he'll get them for super cheap. And he'll just get his pick.
The only sad part is that some of the better tanks are already taken, some of the better supports are already taken. He's really just got the pick of the litter for
Cruise Zero.
Oh dear.
Oh man. I appreciate that, Smith. Crew's up on the clock. Mostly a tank player. We gotta look up his other characters to see what else he's got going on. Oh, he just has tanks. I thought he had a couple healers on there too.
Yeah, as far as when the last I played with Cruz, he's pretty much exclusively a tank player. Mainly D.Va and Zarya are his staples. He does play a lot of good Orisa,
right, but that's
on
because
the map.
that's what we needed him to play.
Yep, and he does them good.
I thought he had other healers that he played too, but I guess he hasn't played them in long enough that he just wants to put the tanks on, which makes total sense. I mean, it's what you've played recently. Who knows? Maybe I'm 100% wrong and he was never a healer.
I vaguely remember him playing Ana. I don't know. I don't know, but he's in the bottom half of players. He's a tank. If you need a tank, get him. It's good. Good secondary tank for a team. Could be a good primary. It just depends on what you need.
Yeah, and he is. I mean, I'll have to see how many people put down Orisa, but Orisa is back in a really big way. And I know when Orisa came out initially, he was really the only one who took her on and tried to learn her. But she's like my second most played in ranked. She is really strong right now, and so if he can utilize that, especially on some King of the Hill maps like Ilios, it'll be really strong.
I definitely think she's one of the easier tanks to learn, though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think if you play tanks and you don't play Orisa and she is super good, like I don't think it's that difficult to learn her.
She's also pretty vital to some comps with the Bastion cheese and the pirate ship being kind of a thing. Orisa can at least try
anything
and peel
when
the
you need
Bastion
a
off.
constant shield up to never go down. Yeah.
Well, not even that. I mean, Bastion can shoot through it, but the fact that you can peel the Bastion off the cart really makes a big difference in a team.
And he is going to go for 175 to Blab. Finally,
Chromatic.
To Chromatic. Sorry, I saw Blab on the clock and got those mixed up. Dramatic.
Blab, oh, he has the pick of the litter, and he's deciding to drain the other team's accounts just a little bit more with Sword, maybe, unless he wants to just try and pick him up for cheap here.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's a pick that he's looking to get for cheap, or if he's hoping that other people will bid up on Sword.
Already, a lot of the other owners, players money left is really low. Everyone's below $10.
Yeah, looking at him.
Yeah, as I was saying, Blab really can put pressure on anyone he wants right now, and I don't know why you'd try and pick up Sword. He should go for a more higher class player, but Sword is also not a bad pickup for really any role. He's personable, plays a lot of characters. But it looks like he really wants him.
Yeah, it looks like he's not going to be going for a ton of money, which is going to be a pretty solid pickup if he goes for a low amount here.
Yeah, because that would fill out the roster, Blab's roster, at least with like another player.
Fill it out?
Well, fill it out as in get on the board with someone. Fine fucking Lee. How many picks? What pick is this right now?
We're pretty deep.
Surprised.
This is the 15th pick out of what, 42 players?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, kind of strange, but Blab's picking him up for 75 cents.
I mean, you still have some of these, high ranked players. You have Ninja Plez, No Wonder, Hook Resets got taken down. Freefy, Sandpie Captain, Destructive Dude, TK Thrifty. I mean, TK Thrifty has one of the best Mays. And look at that. Speak of the devil, we got Ninja Plez on the board.
Yeah, it looks like he is the, according to the chart, the third highest player in the whole entire league. Very confident in all of his roles. He's a 11 flex. I like this kid. He's already cranking it to 11. He's a rookie. He's cranking it to 11.
I mean, at that point, that's just a steal, right? I mean, he is the international man of mystery right now. No one knows really what he does besides maybe playing a bit of Widow, Genji, and Zarya.
No, you know what we do know what he does, though? He goes 3,500 in ranked.
Yeah.
That's true. So if you get him for cheap, that is a great value. If you're able to, I mean, think about it. If someone can just place at 3,500, that's what they place at. That's amazing. That says something.
I'll be very surprised if Blab doesn't fight for this.
Yeah, he has absolutely no reason not to. I don't know why he would hold his money, unless he has insider information on like No Wonder or Free Fee or Senpai or Captain. I don't know. Something else that's always concerning about rookies. Typically, I guess this is more with lower level rookies, not necessarily these higher level ones, but whether or not they're going to show up and play. I know I've even personally been on teams where rookies have been drafted and not, didn't play. So,
I mean, it does happen, but we also go out of our way. I think specifically goes out of his way to message every single rookie.
Yeah, I've spoken with every rookie one-on-one.
Oh, good.
I mean, you never know for sure because we don't know these people, but it's a pretty rare occurrence in the scheme of things. And if your draft strategy is to go cheap on a rookie because you think there's a chance they're not going to show up, which this is somebody who's had multiple seasons just taken out of the books because I have had rookies on my team quit. That's a horrible draft strategy. You have to take chances at some point. And when you're talking about 3,500 player, like that's the chance to be the best player in the entire league we're talking about. you don't go cheap on that just in case, something gets screwy, which I don't think is going to get screwy with any of these guys from Daddy's Dabs, as they all know each other. We see them on LAN.
Oh, he's a Daddy's Dabs guy.
They're pretty good. All of them.
Oh. Everything just clicked in my head.
He's also been active in the Twitch chat this whole time too, so he's clearly aware of what's going on here. He's ready to go carry. He's like, who the fuck are these? Josh Danko, 30. Fuck these guys. I'm gonna go fuck them up.
I would pay money to see that. I want to see.
I'm putting words in his mouth here. I don't even know this guy.
I want to see 30 get put in a dress by Ninja, please. I want to see it.
Yo, dude, don't assume my clothing.
All right. Well, I can't because he's gonna be playing side by side with you here.
Oh, bingo.
Dang.
Oh, bingo. Yeah, maybe he'll put a dress on
Fragging.
me voluntarily.
Fucking fragging out there.
Yeah, consensual dress putting on. That's fantastic.
What the
I already added him.
actual fuck?
I'm right there with you, Swift.
This is.
I already added him. Let's go.
That's weird.
I gotta get him to the time chamber. He's the second fragger.
Oh Jesus, we got Team Frag out over here.
I don't know why these other teams are fucking sleeping on this kid.
These team owners are retarded.
Yeah.
Not wrong.
Yeah, Blab has no excuse. Salvo couldn't even afford that. Failed Destiny kind of has an excuse. Cow doesn't. Wang doesn't. Yeah, everyone's. Yeah, Failed Destiny and Blabur were the only two people that can contest that.
I can't believe he went for so cheap. I can't
Blab-
believe he went for so cheap and Blab didn't get him.
Yeah, Blab, you have no excuse. Get good.
I still don't think Blab's in a bad place here.
No, he's still fine.
This is more about the owners badly playing the entire start of the draft out. We do this every season. We're like, all right, there's these rookies. You wait a few rounds, you get these great players for cheap. Like, if you're any of the players that didn't have the money to bid $625 for Ninja Plez, you're the one that should be feeling like an idiot right now, because that's your fault for playing the start of the draft so badly.
It all comes down to you. You're the fault. You as the owner.
Like, Chromatic, I can't believe Chromatic has got to be ecstatic right now. So, Failed looking to maybe pick somebody up for cheap here. Why do people keep doing this? Why do you pay 50 cents to get your friends this early in the draft?
Yeah, that's something you can do way later for probably even less money.
It's a strange strategy. Mighty Wolf, level 66, currently unranked. Probably gonna go for this 50 cents here.
Yeah, pretty. I mean, he probably he doesn't really play the game much, but he is a support player, so.
He's good at video games, so we'll give him that. He plays Mercy and Lucio, which is also good. You'd much rather see one of your bench players playing Mercy and Lucio than seeing them as a Widowmaker Hanzo main.
Well, something to note, he is the second lowest level in the whole entire league. Second to Hibbs.
Well,
Right.
better start boosting.
And that's why I'm thinking he could have just, you could have waited and got him for probably free near the
And we
end
know
of
how
the
these
draft.
drafts go. As they come down to the wire, every 25 cents starts to matter when each team only has, $4 remaining to round out their rosters. It's always so weird to see teams throwing money away early in the draft for players that they would have gotten most likely for free late.
No wonder. Going on the clock, another rookie here. Rookie DPS player specifically.
Here's a player I want to talk about a little bit. He's a player on a different team, plays in a little competitive team. I'm not sure exactly what the league is, but he's their hit scan main, a widow / tracer / soldier. He plays a lot of different things and is really scary good at them. Not to mention he's more of a leader player. Can teach you a lot. If he doesn't go for at least 6, I'll be upset. More than me, surely. But with how low money is, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So people are actually bidding on this one. I was gonna say, if this guy goes for cheap too, I don't know, but I'm glad that the 3,300 is actually getting bid up. Did Wang just outbid himself? Got him.
Congrats, Wang. You played yourself.
So this guy's value should go way up, right? Because like team fraggers already locked down the 2 fraggers, and no one else. I mean, there's hook resets, and who else is on the board for DPS right now?
Captain is still there.
No, I mean, sorry, what's already taken. So a lot of these
Already
teams are looking
taken.
for their very first, resident fragger. So
Free is still.
this
free
should
is
really be
taken.
going higher.
Yeah, there's still some very good DPS left though. Free Fee, Senpai, Captain are all pretty good players that are available.
He also has played a lot. 904 is his level in Overwatch, which is always a good thing to get players who just play the game a lot.
Yeah,
They just
this
like to play
guy's
it.
in the Josh Danko crew. I trust anyone in the Josh Danko crew to out-practice pretty much everyone in the league.
And Destiny following up with also upbidding himself. Guys, I
Think
don't
that
know how
was
to
to make
explain
sure.
this to you. You don't
That's
have to do that.
actually no. That's actually a good thing because that means
No,
that
no.
Wang can't use all his money.
Oh, actually, yes, Andy's right. That's what he's going for there. I apologize for the double, though. But it looks like the bidding is coming to a stop here, so I'm thinking this is going to go to failed at 625. Just waiting for a countdown.
I really thought Blab was gonna go for him, honestly. I'm shocked that he didn't.
Yeah, Blava really has his eyes set on someone, apparently.
I don't know what the fuck he's doing. He's sitting there with $19, just skipping out on some of the top players. So now his next, highest SR players, yeah, he can probably get free fee and Senpai.
There are still a bunch of really good players available. I still have 4 of my top 9 players have not been bid on yet. I don't think Blab is in a rush. They're in multiple roles. There's 3 DPS up there. Anyone? It's still way too early to be panicking about Blab here.
I don't know. His best bet is to. Because Timic and Destructive Dude are still up there for tank and support. Not respectively. Well, we know who Blab's going for now.
Is that Valk getting called?
Yep.
Still a good tank player.
Yeah, tank main, good Reinhardt.
One of the only high rank tank mains left.
Chill dude.
Plays a lot of Reinhardt, if I remember correctly. If he's able to win the Shield War, then yeah, fantastic player. Able to really get off anything he wants, and he had a series high of 2972. So if he grinds it out a bit more, he'll be able to get diamond this season, I believe.
Yeah, but he can't go for 175, can he?
I
No
mean,
way.
looking like he might. I think that's a real good pickup if he does.
Oh, coming in. Mad Cow with the 2.
Yeah, some sniping going on.
Valk doesn't
Man.
actually only play tanks either. He can
Man,
support too.
with 6 teams and 7 people per team, like it's crazy how many people are still freaking on this list.
Yeah, I think that pick is a steal. A steal that my team desperately needed. Oh god damn it. This is good, but at the same time I want this team just to bottom out so I can like yell at Salvo. No, I'm very happy about this pick. Holy shit. Valkyrie are very good player. Very similar player to Jim in just about every respect. I guess Jim went for a fairly reasonable value this season as well, but well, 75 cents cheaper. This guy I've been affectionately calling a Rhinestone main. Also, maybe one of the few Orisa players in the league. He's been playing a lot of that lately.
Yeah, it looks like Salvo's team is like Team Boosted Friendship 3.0 with Spagooter.
I don't know.
Okay. It was a stretch, all right?
It's a pretty big fucking stretch. So TK Thrifty sitting at 25 cents. I don't know about you guys, but maybe a little underbid.
I'd be definitely very happy to get TK Thrifty for 25 cents. Or 50 cents for that matter.
The only big problem with him is that it seems like he doesn't play a lot. Where is he in the list even?
He is.
Did he place? Oh yeah, he did. He placed at
Yeah.
29-16. So great player.
He plays-
It's just he doesn't
plays
play
pretty
too often.
decent. He's got a bunch of red, so a bunch of DPS. Did win last season.
Yeah, season 3 champion. I just remember the good old days. Season 3, when the best Mercy in the league was Albino Joe. Oh yeah.
You need some lube while you jerk yourself off over there?
I'm alright, dude. I already have it. Just let me think about this, okay? Hang on.
You all set up, ready to go?
Stop talking, Tree.
TK Thrifty, he's a smart guy. Very good at video games. He could probably pick up any hero in the game if you gave him long enough. Anything that he doesn't personally hate, I guess. But the champ pool, he's listed Reaper, May, Bastion, and then a column that says S3 winner. So, rookies, that's what you got to know about the Baddie Overwatch League.
Right?
That's all you need to know.
Which of those things don't you like? Is it the Reaper, the May, or the Bastion 30?
It's the Reaper. Yeah, he's super irrelevant. Like, May and Bastion have more playtime than Reaper, guys. Jeez.
It's better than when he was the May 1 trick, right?
That is true. And Bastion is legitimately a good pick in certain very niche situations. Junkertown pirate ship comes to mind. Very strong there. We might actually see some very purposeful non-Bastion cheese play.
Oh, Valk, those are some harsh words. I'm hurt.
I had to explain to Valk once that you weren't as angry as you seemed, so...
That's fair. I never... If you don't know me well enough, I'm sure I come across like a real piece of shit, so...
Alright,
This is
so...
Salvo's 6-man team.
Yeah, Salvo rounds out a starting roster with $1 to spare.
I know almost all these nerds.
This is so weird.
Team Boosted Friendship 3.0.
Yeah, wait, what happened here?
We're Team Boosted Friendship 3.0. I don't know, man. What else do you want to know? I played with 5 of the 6 players on this roster in Compa the last offseason.
There's still more, right? You could get 6 out of 7.
Yeah, we could. I mean, I think the worst player for my 2 teams combined has already been taken, so it's unlikely.
Oh, really?
But we could go for an honorary bench player, I guess.
Okay, Blab is now on the clock, and he can choose anyone. He has $19.25. He can choose literally anyone,
And he's choosing
chooses
Scotch.
Scotch. What the
Hold on. I also want to take a break to mention that Scotch is already in Mad Cow's channel talking to him.
Oh God.
What is happening? What is this strategy?
feel
is
like
Blab
Blab is
just
actually-
derailing this?
Trying to like
Lab
fill
is-
everyone else's team up, like the non-rookies, so he can pick them all for himself. So weird.
I mean, Scotch did place at 20.
I don't know.
I thought I knew what Blab's plan was, and I don't. I really don't.
I was just told what Blab's plan was, and I will unveil that after this bit is done.
Blab just wants to run these guys that have the money to compete with him dry. After this pick, Mad Cow and Wang can't really match on many players.
Think about it this way. Wang, if you're listening to me, all you gotta do is choose one person that you really want, put all your money into it, and hope you get it.
Yeah, so apparently what happened was Blab asked Wang what player he wanted, and he said Scotch. So I don't know who got baited by who or what the fuck
Well,
just
Wang never
happened.
bid on him, so
Yeah, I'm very confused.
So it wasn't Wang getting baited.
There are 3 people.
What is this season's
By the way, I want to
draft?
give a shout out to Scotch. No mercy on that list. He is trying very hard to reinvent himself this offseason.
Oh, really? Whoa.
He's a take man, dude.
That's
Look at that.
that's big. Oh wow, you're right. Jesus, that's really impressive, actually.
Rebranding.
Yeah.
There.
All right, here we go. We're finally going to see what Blab's plan is with free fee coming off the board. This guy,
Yeah, if he doesn't bid on this, there's no reason to even have any of the money.
yeah, this guy's star player for Daddy's Dabs, the team you've maybe heard we played on LAN a few times. He's a tracer that I have never outdueled his Mercy, which I can't say about any other top tracer player I know on this channel. Very, very good player. Masters level player. What else do you need to know? I think Blab's taking this guy.
Or Wang, depending on what Blab's
No,
strat is here.
I think there's not a chance that Blab lets free fee go.
You know, look, here's
Yeah.
the thing. I go to Quick Play on Master Overwatch, and it's Reinhardt, Torbjorn, and then Symmetra. So we'll
Those
see.
are things.
We'll see.
If he is a tracer main, if you're Wang, you'd probably want to grab him just so that he can frag with Cal.
Tracer Genji.
Solely for that reason, just for the Tracer Genji combo.
Yeah, but I have
Fuck
to
up
assume
people.
Wang did draft BOL S4 to play DPS. That team gets into a much weirder place if either of those players aren't playing full-time DPS. But at the rate Blab's going here, I don't think we're going to have to answer that question.
And who knows if Wang is just bidding up Blab, which is great bait because I think Blab has to pick up free fee no matter what.
There's always triple DPS comp too.
Yeah, I mean that's the cool part about Overwatch, right? One of these he could just draft like 4 DPS players and then just have them play off tank or whatever.
I mean, good work.
Yeah.
What is it? 4 DPS, a diva, and a support.
Matched. Wow. I mean, Wang's only got 25 cents left, so let's see if he uses it all.
Or maybe
know.
Blab goes for the fucking long play and gets Wang to use all of his money.
Yeah, see that's Blab could do that as well.
No, I mean 25 cents. I mean, it
Wang,
could be a
if
big
you're
difference
smart,
later.
just put all your money into it.
I mean, it
No,
was only
I don't
25
agree.
cent
I don't
difference.
agree.
No.
Wang is staring into the abyss. The abyss is staring back at him right now. Do you want to start fucking who are the worst players in this league? Okay, these are a bunch of people I know. Do you want to have to start Gallier and like A. Donnelly and Core? Because that's what happens if you draft this guy for all of your money right now.
Wang just played that beautifully. That was probably the best that could have gone for the other 5 teams that aren't Blabur, because
Just to make sure he doesn't get it for free. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think there's anything beautiful about that. That was just like the script being played out exactly how it would go given the situation.
It needed to
Blab
happen. Is my
Blab
point.
still has his pick of any 2 players in the draft.
Yeah, he does. It's just I'm glad Wang didn't just see that and give it to him. He actually made him spend the money, which, with how some of these other bids have gone, I could have seen happening.
Let's see if Failed wants to keep trying to run the Blabur bank a little drier or not.
I almost feel like it's necessary.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
still some very high-rated players available here.
Whoa, that robot.
Whoa.
Just for a little bit.
Still a tiny bit.
Alright, so failed Destiny up. Doesn't have much money left. What does he still need? He's got a tank, healer. What does the Mighty Wolf play?
Yeah, healers primarily, it looks like.
Alright, and No Wonder has mainly damage. He's got a bunch on there, but the first 4 are all damage, so.
Gonna either need another damage or another tank player. Or another support.
Well, yeah, really, the three roles are covered at least. You could really go for any role and be okay.
Oh. His typing must have made his decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first Batty League draft, I would like to welcome you to the second half of the draft. Kind of goes like this a lot of the time.
Yeah. People have run out of their, oh, I want X person lists, and now has to actually look at what's left and what they need.
All right, Captain, the next player to the Blabur roster.
Yeah, I fully expect that. Captain 29, literally 3 points away from Diamond when he signed up.
Yeah, Captain, very good. I believe one of the few Genji players in the entire league as well.
This guy's a fragger. Genji, Tracer, Zarya, Roadhog. Sorry, he frags everywhere. In his off tanks and his DPS.
He takes my approach to tanks of, well, I still kind of want to be playing damage, though.
I still want to carry these fuckheads.
Yeah. So that is all of Destiny's money.
I can't let him. I can't let him. do this.
I must have checked out when Mighty Wolf went by, but what is he playing Overwatch? Mercy, Lucio, Pharah, Roadhog? Huh.
Mainly, well, from what I've seen, mainly just kinds of bullets.
Do AD carries in League usually play? I don't think usually. Wouldn't you imagine those types of players would go to DPS in Overwatch?
That's a good question, 30, but we're both support mains in League. We're both
I know,
DPS
see,
mains.
isn't that weird though?
We all want to see what the other
what the
side is
fuck?
like.
Don't let him get this guy.
Our
for $3.
secret's out. All the
Yeah,
supports
don't-
in
please,
This guy
League
is
play
someone bid him up.
worth
DPS.
a lot more than $3 right now. Like
The
seriously.
problem is that
Please,
everyone's bank accounts are drained.
Guys,
so no
I
one
just
can
want to
really
throw this
compete.
out there. Insider info on Captain. went to bed at least 3 times in his teens.
Wait, what was that?
Thank you for that shout out, Heron. He grew up with the guy, dude. He's a bedwetter. How
Oh,
is
he
this the bedwetter
went
to
to bed
play
at least 3 times in his teens. Holy shit,
You
yeah.
can't trust a bedwetter to play Dempsey.
Yeah, no.
No, I think I pay more for that actually.
Well, Tree, I'm sorry, but your team cannot afford your fetish.
What am I listening to right now?
You know,
Do you know
goddamn
the way?
well.
You do not know the way.
All
You know
right, we're
the way.
not doing that here. Fuck you guys.
The way?
This ain't VR chat. Go shit post somewhere else.
I still think he's going way too low for what it is.
Well,
It's
he's
a-
going to Josh Danko's team. No, don't.
Wang doesn't need another DPS. Mad Cow does, and he's still in the running, and Blab does. So, like,
Yeah.
really, that's it. Those are the 3 people that are in the running for it. Or
I
the,
know,
the 2 people, Cow and Blabur.
I mean, Mad Cow should at least. I mean, what was it? What is that? Is his 5th person?
Don't let this happen.
No, dude,
Neither
Blab's
of them
totally
don't.
gonna get this. He's not gonna let Captain go. He knows that he's only got to bid 450, and then he can still have his pick of the draft. And he's called Wang's bluff that he knows Wang doesn't want to get another DPS player. We are
Yeah.
1 single quarter away from this Captain going to Blab.
Yeah.
And you
Maybe
know
that's
Josh wants this guy. Josh wants to assemble the Danko Dank crew, but
Don't let Danko get
Don't-
this.
don't
Oh,
do
Blab
this.
is happening.
Blab.
Oh,
no.
God.
Oh
Blab.
no!
oh no.
Oh! Fraggers! Fraggers!
Oh,
Lab. How dare
what
you?
have you done?
Blab always has this, like, air to him that he thinks he's, like, smarter than everybody. Do you guys get that sense?
Yeah.
He's too busy listening to Renai's circulation to think about the draft.
Yeah. I don't agree with this at all.
What the fuck is that team?
I can't believe you've done this.
Holy cow. That team is so good.
Yeah, that team.
Like, if we're thinking Dano is one of the best supports, Josh is like the best, like arguably the best player. Captain, a really good DPS player. Like, oh
Yeah,
god.
25 cents to round out the team, though. I mean,
So,
Scotch, Cube, and Pete. Who knows how heavy they'll be for the team? But yeah, I do agree. Mad Cow's team is pretty scary.
The Lakers always in Twitch chat, Blab, you fucking honest.
So 30. I hope you are ready for your games against Mad Cow's team, where it's just going to be team deathmatch.
No, you know what it's gonna be.
Have you ever
It's
watched
gonna be fucking
Dragon
Diva
Ball
on my
Z?
ass.
I want to spoil it. Like, it's like one of those fights you got like Goku and Gohan are fighting like Frieza and Frieza, and then like
Yeah.
off on the side like Krillin's fighting a bunch of the fucking Cybermen or some shit. That's gonna be your matchup.
Yeah.
All right, so next up we've got Senpai on the clock. Yet another one of our potential superstar DPS players. This guy peak rank was 35-37.
Please
I
don't go for
have
cheap.
to assume this is going to be the second DPS for Team Blabur.
Yeah. It's going to be roughly $6.
Soldier McKee Tracer May,
Oh.
so
No, don't let this happen.
No,
Well,
Just-
Wang doesn't
it's gonna
necessarily
happen.
need
Like I
another
said,
spit him up.
DPS.
At least,
Wang,
just spit him up.
Wang realized his bluff is called. Everyone, ooh.
Oh. Oh. Cutting it real close.
Everyone in this league is really praying for Wang to try and drain Blab a bit here.
don't get me wrong. Ball is Sexy can be a good DPS, but I mean, you have some people that are just ranked a lot higher. You could definitely
and Ball
flex
Sexy
Ball
can
is
just play
Sexy.
Roadhog. There's no
Yeah.
There's no point not bidding this.
I mean,
My
to
heart,
keep in-
my heart is hurting.
Keep in mind,
Okay, they're back to bidding on it. Thank God.
Whoa. See cat knack?
Yeah, that's the problem with people having different names on everything, is I don't know who that is.
Is this Senpai?
Senpai?
Wow, he had a wait, is that listed? That might already be listed. Then I haven't looked at the
Hmm.
sheet yet.
I will.
No, it's not. His high rank on the Google sheet is 3085. In Twitch chat, he just said his career high is 3903.
He had a high rank instead of 35 something. That's a bit higher.
That's,
Yeah.
that changes things.
So he's a fucking good player is kind of
Well,
what you guys are saying.
Wait, guys, this is oh god,
I said
Aros from Counter Strike. That season, this is that same situation. No one knew that he used to be like a semi-pro in Counter Strike. This guy is nearly GM, and he's gonna go for $5 ish, right? I mean, Wang it ends at 625.
Well, it
That's
depends
fair.
on how
So
bad
you're
Wayne
twice as
wants
good
him.
as this guy, right?
I don't know. Am I? I don't know anything about this guy.
So I have talked to this guy before. We played a bit of PUBG together. He's a friend of the Mighty Wolf. Senpai, right? I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Senpai.
Yeah, and basically he's really good at PUBG. So I guess that translates a little bit. You know,
This
to
is
the
some
hit
this is
scan.
some deep scouting, boys.
This is as far as I can get.
Yeah.
But I mean, if he made it 3,900,
I'm assuming that was in a previous season.
Right. I mean, I have 3918 clocked in like 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, but we know that was a fluke.
Same.
User left your
Rip.
channel.
Right, Goodbye, UTech. Thank you for your help with the first half of the draft. But it looks
All
like
right.
this guy is going to Blab for $6.
Yep. That's what I was
Yes.
expecting it to be.
Wang again being the savior for the rest of the teams, because if Lab was able to get that player for what, $3 was his bet that wasn't really contested for a while, 275. Yeah, that would have been a
almost-
problem.
he almost got him 275. That would have been ridiculous.
Yeah. So Blab's bank account is at least getting drained a little bit here, but I guess there is a method to his madness because he still has the most money, which means he still has the pick of the litter from here.
Yeah, there are still some fairly good players available. Finally, our top end of the draft is pretty dry. Actually, T-Mick, this is one of the players I had my eyes on. I assume Blab is going to go all in here. T-Mick, one of the few very good support players remaining. But this could actually turn into a huge bidding war between Blab and Wang, as they are both looking for anyone to play support.
It really needs to bid up higher. He's not gonna go for one.
No, I mean, I think T-Mick in a perfect world would have been like a $3-4 player. And given the situation, if Wang and Blab, I mean, I guess the way they've been bidding each other up, I can't count on that. But one of these guys is going to have to spend maybe half their money to get T-Mick. And that's a scary prospect this late in the draft, to give up all of the leverage you have. Because whoever survives this obviously will have even more pick of the litter as this draft winds down. But we are quickly running out of great players remaining. I assume both of these guys have their eyes on Destructive Dude, another one of our 3K-ish players. And then after that, we will finally have all of the elite players off the board, more or less.
He just bid himself up.
Did he
Wait.
just...
Let him do his thing, guys.
But
There is a method to his madness, too. He's won a lot of leagues.
1 second.
User left your channel.
He's been doing this all draft. I don't know, like, this is just Wang strats. When you live on the edge, you draft on the edge, you know?
Holy shit.
It looks like Failed interested in going after this one, dropping most of his remaining money, or just bidding Wang up.
No, I think they're having a real bid war here.
Yeah, Failed
Yeah.
dropping all of
This
his
is his
remaining
last
User
money.
joined your channel.
Yeah, that's all he's got, so.
I had to give my team some pro tips on that one. Looks like shocker. Wang is bidding there. I don't know why Blab is not bidding for this either, because I believe, as you guys said, they're hurting for support players right now.
Yeah, there's really, to me, Huckleton and Teemic are the only obvious kind of starish support players remaining. But it looks like he's going over to Wang for the $3.
Yeah, both Wang and Bluer need support still, and now that Blab had to spend $6 on two of his characters, two of his players, they were much closer there.
Not to mention, T-Mac has never lost a season.
Oh, is that true? He won all three?
Or 4?
He did not play in 3.
Okay.
Yes, he did.
No,
I'm
he's
sure
on my
he's won all
team.
3.
Yeah, he's won every one.
Did he win 2?
Season 1, 2, and 3, I believe.
I don't remember season 2 at all.
He's
Super pick.
actually listed on the notes of the player. It says unavailable for playoff week, season 2, season 3 winner, season 2 winner, season 1 winner. So Timic has been a really, really good value pick constantly in all the seasons and very good at performing. So I think my Wayne getting him for $3, that's like what, arguably the second best support, maybe best support. I don't know, I don't play a lot with Dano. I know his ranking's high, but congrats to Wayne.
All right, so Salvo's up on the clock.
So I mean, at this point, he'll probably just put up somebody juicy and hope people will just spend money on him, and he'll just pick up probably whatever's left.
And it looks like that is the case. Destructive Dude, our last peak rank 3K plus player in the league.
There you go. That's the strat right there.
Everyone was so ready for that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Destructive Dude. Is he toxic?
I hope not.
Hmm.
Guys, Tank 9, DPS 8 has Winston Reinhardt, Zarya, Tracer listed. This guy presumably going to be one of the best tank players in the league. I had him 2 on my list. Another player that's really valuable and probably going straight to Blue's team.
He has to now. No one can help him.
Yep.
Well, that was fun while it lasted.
So he's got the $6 fraggers and a very good value tank player.
Yeah, so now I think we can finally talk about how Blab's draft is going, that he's finally played this out. It got a little scary coming down towards this point, but I think Blab could be super happy with how this team ended up. He could potentially have the best DPS squad in the league, one of the best tank players in the league, and he's still got plenty of leverage to play with as this draft winds down, as he still has the most money of anybody. And it looks like he's going to try to round out his support pool right here with Huckleton, who I believe is the team captain for Daddy's Dabs. I mean, this guy always seems pretty good. He puts a rank from Season 4 on his sign-up, so I don't know how much he plays outside of LAN. But he comes to LAN and he plays well every time.
Yeah, and he might get really back into Overwatch. I know a lot of people, based on the Swain baddie seasons, will get into games depending on when they are.
Yeah, this would actually be a huge pick for Blab because
User
if he
left your
lands
channel.
Huckleton, I believe he would have 3 of the 5 Daddy's Dabs players that signed up.
Smart.
And I think these guys are going to really take their time here, as I'm sure both of these players want him. And after this point, if you don't get Huckleton, now you're starting to look in a much scarier place for picking up support players. Maybe you're going to see somebody role swapping over. But we don't have very many players left that list heals that are ranked fairly high. Looking at my list here.
feel like my Wayne doesn't put up a big number. Blab's just gonna keep matching forever.
I appreciate that Blab will probably have a different set of match emojis for every time he does it.
I
too.
think that's exactly what's happening. Yeah. And the longer Wang takes to type it out, the longer he has to find the emojis.
By the way, to anyone that's maybe new to our league, our official end of the countdown is when Zedekis types in the 1, the countdown is ended. So if you bid after that, it doesn't count.
But Wang did get his in.
Yes, he did get it in. That did not happen now, but Wang, he likes playing with fire here.
Right. So
Ma.
Blab has it right now at 1.5.
Correct.
Okay.
It is a match.
I was
think-
just waiting. I was just waiting for that timer to run out and then someone to get real fucking butthurt about it because they didn't understand. But
Yeah.
Fortunately, our team owners all have plenty of experience with these leagues, so I'm not too concerned about that. Thank you for the clarification, Blab.
Well,
Is Chromatic the first? He's the only rookie in the owners, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Mad Cow's done multiple BOLs. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
I guess I don't know if Blab's ever owned anything because he always plays in everything.
That's a good point. I guess he just commentates it from Twitch chat, like he is an owner. Like,
got him.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm actually really excited we're going to have a team whose theme song is Renai's Circulation. Alright, it looks like it is sold to Blab at 275. Despite this beautiful My Wang is typing, whether that was something unrelated or he just failed to bid in time, we might never know.
It was probably
But-
a really slow rebuttal, and then it got timed out before he could bid.
We'll go with that. I'll imagine it was something good, as Wang is now going to be on the clock. And Blab, with the core of a team put together, he's got me feeling really good about that.
Yeah, that turned out pretty well.
It's rare to see a group of rookies that all know each other put together like this, but it's happened on 2 teams now. This split, which I mean, it was a little more. You could expect this out of Josh Danko, just because he knows everyone in the league pretty much that was a rookie. So. Alright, so it looks like we've got Batmal coming in next. So he was peak rank 2843, I believe, tank DPS sign up. Another one of the 20 people in the Josh Danko crew.
Yeah, and I think tanks are still worth a decent chunk right now.
Yeah, tanks are super valuable. I assume Wang really wants to nail this pick. And I believe she is, by a decent margin, the highest rated player remaining as well. Like I said, peak rank was 2843. Just taking a skim down this list, that's like 300 higher than anybody else remaining.
not to mention, she actually climbed the platinum by herself. It's like pretty impressive. A lot of people just
Yeah,
get
I
stuck in
kind of.
gold.
There's a lot of people I don't know if I trust on Josh Danko's group because they might have got boosted. But it sounds like she was not one of them.
She was not. I threw her myself. So
175.
I played some Maze versus Winston with her. Better May than me. That's my deep scouting on this one, boys.
Better May than Swift.
At
Take that for what it is.
At taking
the
down a
Yeti
single
game.
Winston. That should be what we play if we do our award show again this season. The All-Stars should just be best Winston in the league versus the 5 best Mays.
Do you really think there's going to be
5
people?
best Mays? Yeah, I do. I'm bringing May back. I mean, we've got at least 2 Mays. They're both on my team. I could probably find 3 more. How hard could it be? Everyone likes May.
This is gonna be real funny when we end up with multiple people with $0 that still have to pick something up.
Someone who's still out there who I think might be a little bit undervalued would be Winner. He's been playing so much Overwatch recently. Or at least he's just been AFK on there with Discord showing he's been playing Overwatch.
No, he's been playing a decent amount of Overwatch. He messaged me to make sure we updated him on the spreadsheet today as he climbed out of the 1700s into the 1800s. So, but
I mean,
at
he
the
at
end of
least
the day,
plays a lot. That's like
yeah, you know what you're gonna get with him if he's your 6th player, your bench player. But I still think we have a few tiers of player between now and then.
Yeah, we're getting real close to the point where everyone has so low money that the bids are going to go fairly quickly. I see we've lost casters as this has gone on because people have gone to talk with their teams.
No, Tree, what are you talking about?
That's weird.
That's so weird.
Yeah, 30's like, how do we turn 175 into 3 starters?
I'm like furiously typing to Mike. I'm like, okay, how do we do this? We've attained the 2 fraggers, right? Where
Now
we
what
go
do we
from
do
here?
with the rest
30's
of it?
30's team now has the second most amount of money.
I know. I did not think we were gonna get here, guys.
Started from the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, Destiny does still have the most.
He's a thinker, man. He never has any idea who he wants to open the bidding on.
Yeah, this is maybe his last chance to just take whoever he wants.
Yeah, because remember, this is the point of the draft where, well, I mean, I guess he has 3 slots remaining. You gotta be careful not to open the bidding on somebody so bad that no one else even bids. By the way, to anyone that's not aware, you can open the bidding at free.
That's been done multiple times. If they've been paying attention, they've seen it.
Games start this week or next.
Right, Heron. 2575 was the rank.
He's another one of Josh Tenko's career.
Yep, looks like DPS at 9, tank at 8.
Yeah, this we're kind of at the point where it seems like everyone's just opening on who they think is the most valuable player remaining, which is a smart way to play this out at this point. I think Heron's one of the 2 really obvious picks at this point in the draft. So I assume we're about to see these 2 drop most of what they have remaining. I believe he goes by Cuck in game actually, so we'll have to see if we can get him a name change to that or something.
Yeah, no one's bidding on him, so maybe he'll just get him for $1.
I think Zen was waiting to start the countdown because he assumed there'd be some bidding here, but maybe not.
Maybe people have like specific people they want to go for.
I think they do. At this point, you like pick the names out of the list that you're looking for, maybe, and
yeah, I'm
yeah.
surprised though. If you have a tank player, I mean, one of the highest rated players remaining. He also, I believe, plays a lot. I have so many spreadsheets I'm trying to keep track of at this point, but
Yeah.
I mean, here's level 491. He's 2575 SR. Like, it's either the 2 highest rated players by a mile are him and Marias, and we all know what issues come with drafting Marias.
And Hibbs to Mad Cow for 0. That might just go for 0. 1600.
Yeah, with some of these lower rated players, I almost think the level is the more important stat. Hibbs, level 55 as of when he signed up. I believe it's probably a little higher now because I know he did go out of his way to play his placements and play a little bit more. But there's a chance he could be a starter on this team. Because he's a 1600 and a 1500 player on the Mad Cow roster.
Good thing he got the picks he did then.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
really find out how much Josh Danko can kind of motivate his team to be practicing.
Chromatic. So
This is the most interesting pick to me.
yeah, Boopy. That is
Spoopy is going to be a tank player, I want to say. About a 2200 tank player, somebody who plays the game a lot, level 477. Man, one thing I hate about the SR system is you never know if you're a 2200 player that like plays a lot in his 2200, or they're a 2200 player that did placements one season, is level 55, went 6-4, and ended up at 2200.
yeah. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Very possible they
But
just like spam quick play.
Yeah, but Spoopy is the former, so at least the 2200 player that should actually be around that level. A decent player to round out a roster with. I would assume multiple teams going after this guy. Anyone that needs a tank still. God, Chromatic is in such a weird place right now.
Yeah, and one thing you do have to realize is every quarter is worth so much more right now than it was at the beginning. Like every bit up means a whole lot right now.
Yeah, but fortunately for Chromatic, it gives a starting player for 50 cents here.
Easy GG. That's what I just typed. Spoopy Koopa. That's a fun name.
Fun guy. Talk to him.
There are gonna be so many new names to learn as a caster. I'm a little
Yeah.
scared. I'm gonna fuck up all of your names on stream. I'm so sorry.
That's fine. You always have the fallback of just say their character.
Alright, we're gonna get, I think, a commissioner double check here to make sure it is too late to get 30. I want to say it is.
Wait, is Mike selling me off? Can he do that?
That would make the draft a lot more exciting.
Wait, yeah,
Holy
can
shit,
he
that would be
sell
so
me like a
funny.
stock?
That would be so
Chromatic
funny.
really needs an extra $1.25 and getting the blab for the $1.25 right now.
Can we set up like some kind of loan system? Like you get me first half of the season, then
Oh my god.
when's the trade deadline?
Never.
Why don't we have trades?
God, that would make this a mess. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
It would become a nightmare.
Sorry, I think my team's trying to figure out if they can actually sell me off. Why did you guys put these toxic ideas in Salvo's head? My frail baby ego can't do this.
Well, someone's still on the clock.
I just told Salvo who to put up, and he hasn't done it yet, so he's just doing Salvo things. You know.
Yeah,
You
I know.
all know Salvo.
I mean, he drafted like his first 3 of 4 people were all people who are pretty much focused on this stream right now. So
Yeah, that's a low-key bad strategy, drafting people that can't help you with their draft plan. Alright,
There
so
we
it
go.
looks like it's going to be Crystallized coming through.
Is he one of the last higher ranked support players? The highest rank?
Yeah, highest ranked support players. I want to say, let's see, looking at current stats, 2132, level 104, maybe gone up a bit since the sign-ups.
He's also one of the only remaining dying breed of Mercy players.
He played Mercy on your team last season, 30, right?
No, he played with Chromatic, actually. Chromatic speaks pretty highly of him. Really good player, nice guy, good team player, and he plays Mercy and Lucio, which will always get play.
You don't have to watch that Salvo with auto update. It's a spreadsheet. It does the math for you.
So, while this waits for the pause, I'm curious, 30. What do you think? Do you think Mercy is gonna like completely fall out of meta in the Overwatch League and it'll just be Lucio again permanently?
There's a lot of changes packed into that nerf, and I'm not sure how all of it's gonna play out. I just, from the general perception, and everyone talks about it in like high elo, like Master GM, Master Games. I don't know. I think she's gonna see less playtime. Obviously, like she's not gonna be 100% pick rate. I think she might be more map dependent. The slow res, especially during the ultimate's really tough to get off. So you can only really do it if you're safe, again, like behind a shield.
And not to mention that like we don't even know if the PTR changes are gonna go live.
Oh no, they will. Didn't you hear us earlier? Like that's I'm gonna say 99.9% sure those will go straight to live with no changes.
Okay.
Yeah, welcome to Blizzard, dude.
I mean, that's what I thought when I first saw that Roadhog nerf for like original 2.0 hook.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, they'll change that. They won't just release that. They don't give two
Surely
fucks.
they would never ship that to live.
They don't give two shits about you or your fun. They're gonna do what they want, and you're along for the ride.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone who probably everyone is watching this has played League of Legends or Blizzard, or Overwatch, right? Blizzard and Riot Games will never admit they're bad at game design. They are the best game designers. You don't know anything compared to them.
I just wish they'd admit that the PTR is just to make sure that there's no absolutely game-breaking bugs, and that's it.
They actually came out and said that, and people, I've actually complained about that. Like, then what's the point? You know, like, internal playtests would find your game-breaking bugs. Why would you give it to players? So like, it's more for balance.
Whoa, dude. I just looked at those PTR patch notes for the first time.
Oh, for real?
Guys, when
guys.
someone you love dies, you should at least do them the courtesy of letting them know.
Oh no.
Oh yeah,
Mercy is dead. 0% play rate if that goes through. Unviable. On any situation in Overwatch. I quit. Salvo draft the starter.
I think the thing that Mercy still has going for her is like the AoE healing and boosting. Like none of that even got touched. I think her shift speed is still really fast. It's just her gliding speed. So in a scenario where you need a damage boost to Pharah or damage boost to Widowmaker, she'll probably still be viable.
Oh boy. Wang opening the clock on Sonaz. Those of you not aware, that is Baby Wang. Little Wang. We probably shouldn't call him Little Wang. That's Wang's younger brother, ex-TF2 professional. Semi-professional, I guess. Probably more accurate. This guy was one of my low-key picks for, like, if you needed a 6-starter going down the draft to pick him up, because he played a dick ton of TF2 back in the day. And as anyone that is not aware, the entirety of the start of the Overwatch Pro scene was TF2 pros.
And Quake pros. But wait, for real? Like when you say he played TF2, did he like play like casual 32-man Dust Bowl, or did he actually play like comp TF2?
Only one way to find out.
I'm excited because if he actually, I will talk to him. He's like one of the only few people I know that actually played comp TF2.
I tried to getting into it a couple years back, but that was before I had a PC, and it was unfortunate, and I was young and stupid.
Oh, dude. Troll
That is-
TF2 in college was the best thing before League of Legends came around.
Yeah.
All right, so we have our first team rounded out. Team Failed Destiny. Hard to say how I feel about that team.
Yeah, I don't know either. That's one I have to see in action, I think, to really know how I feel about it.
Is this the purple pickle pie?
This is the purple pickle pie. The Greater Donnelly brother is on the board. Season 4, 5, and 6 SBL champion.
Is this his first BOL?
I believe he did the very first one.
Okay.
I don't know if he's played the game much since.
Yeah, I'm looking at the stats right now. I mean, even just the Overwatch level of 72 doesn't say that. Oh wow, he went for 0.
And yeah, no one wanted that, so
Yep.
that's going to round out the Mad Cow roster here. And that is a roster Mad Cow has together.
Oh, I'm so afraid. Actually,
I don't know.
Madcow has been a team owner like twice or 3 times, and he's still expecting all that money to come to him. Can we all just add it up and send him some money?
People still have money for a bidding war?
25 cents.
Fuck, I lost track. I didn't even know this was still possible.
Like Black gets him just because he bid 125 before Chromatic could bid 125.
Yep, because neither of them picked it, right? No, Chromatic picked it.
Oh no, he could go for him. You're right.
Chromatic can Chromatic can cash out if he really wants it. Does look like it's going to Blab though for the rest of his money. Not a big deal when you're just looking to get your 7th.
Mm-hmm.
Now Chromatic gonna be buying penny stocks here. We've got Ryzak, Scarlet, Splinter, Marias, Gelnir, and Evilite left. Wasn't Evo pretty good last season?
He played a lot, and he was the most improved player I remember. Under 30's team, he came a decent second. But I think Pharaoh was his best.
Okay.
Yeah, really good Pharaoh. Near the end of the season, he started to pick up Genji, and he would flex into, he can flex into Soldier or Reaper. You know, like the non like specialty hit scan DPS. You know, anyone can really fill it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, he's a good team player. Is he on the clock? Wait a minute.
No.
No,
Sorry.
okay.
I was just looking through our options left, and I
Gotcha.
was surprised to still see Evilite on there, honestly.
Yeah, I think it's the unranked that's really throwing people
Probably.
off. Yeah.
if he hasn't played at all since then, people might be a little worried. And Salvo gonna throw Marias up there for his last dollar.
Yeah, only person that could match on that is Chromatic, who probably doesn't want to pick up another DPS starter. So
And
it looks like Marias is going to round out my team. Holy shit, we put together a team, Swain.
And Blab has no money, so Chromatic picks 3 people. Blab gets the. Do we have the right? Do we have 1 extra? Oh no. Okay, Wang still needs 1. Okay.
No, everyone gets drafted. So
All right.
Chromatic literally has his pick of the 3, but I think we're going to play this out for routine's sake.
Yeah. But I think once Blab or Wang get 1, it's pretty much just Chromatic picks what's left. And he wants that one.
Yeah, that's not surprised. I'm expecting Splinter, probably Splinter, Ryzak, Evolite would make sense here. Maybe Galnir instead.
So all that matters in Wang's pick is if Chromatic wants it or not. If not, Wang gets it. There's only 4 options.
I know. Like I mean, he has $0. Like he is trying to think of the person that Chromatic and Salvo want. Or no, wait, Salvo's has all slots.
Yeah,
Mad
it's
Cow and
Blab.
Chromatic are really the only ones that could bid on stuff.
Yeah, Blab.
Mad Cow has his team.
No, it's literally Blab
Oh my
and Wang
God.
have $0. If Chromatic wants a thing, he gets it. Period.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Whereas Blab can't even counter him because they have $0 and it's Wang's pick.
Yes or no, Chromatic?
Okay, so Evo's going to Wang, which essentially just means Chromatic picks his last 2. We might just go through the steps here, but that is essentially what happens.
So there it is, Evo. We were talking about him earlier. Sold. Oh wow, I didn't even look at his champ pool, but it's basically exactly what I said. He's a very good Pharah, and depending on how the meta plays out, and I mean, Pharah will always be good if you're a good Pharah player.
Yeah, so Chromatic's just going to pick 2 because he's got the money and Blab does not. So he'll take his 2, Blab gets the person left over, and then we have all our teams.
Yeah. This was a really interesting draft as a whole.
This is weird.
This is one of the stranger
agree.
drafts, which almost all the Battle League drafts get pretty weird, but I feel like this was one of our weirder ones. But now that it's over, I don't feel like anything bombed as badly as it looked like it was going to.
I think that personally, Blab missed a huge opportunity. Like if
He might have, but I still think on paper, Blab's the team that sticks out to me the most.
Blab's team is
Yeah.
really good, but I don't. Besides Huckletune and Reefy, I don't know how many of them know each other that well.
Yeah, I think you're putting too much stock in that.
Maybe, but I think I was just too much on the no wonder Captain hype train.
That is good. They're good. These are going to be some fun teams to watch. So that wraps it up. So to everyone that sat through this entire draft for the first time, I hope you were at least a little entertained. The draft is it gets pretty rough to follow as everyone in this chat starts panicking and telling the team owner who to draft. But we've rounded it out, and we will see you all a week from tomorrow. So Wednesday the 17th for our first week of games. Please do keep track of things on Discord, as we are going to be posting all the relevant updates to this Discord server as this season goes on. And in the meantime, if you want to watch some Tier 2 Overwatch esports, feel free to join us on this TeamSpeak server tomorrow for the beginning of the Overwatch League.
Yay!
Yep. Only other thing I would mention is that I believe we already have the schedule up in the Discord, along with the 3 maps that you will be playing. So, like, you already know what you'll be playing on and against who. So, I think that's it.
Yep.
GG's.
GG's.
GG.
Someone cut the stream already, please!
Microphone
Who's-
activated.
Who's the